Hello everybody, Brian Nunez from Cali Rod here, and that's it. My 32 Ford is going to go MIA for a little while. Time to get some things done that I've been putting on the back burner for long enough. Here's the plan. First and foremost, as you can see, I am running adapter plates on my valve covers, and they're actually leaking, and I know why. So this is actually a 4th generation small block where the valve cover bolts are actually along the center. You'll see that here shortly. However, those adapters were swap meet finds, and I believe there should be small little spacers between the adapter and the head in order to give the bolts something to legitimately tighten up against. If not, with all the vibration, they slowly come loose. So that's number one. For the second item, this is actually transmission fluid. Now I'm pretty sure that that leak is coming from the main seal that the detent cable, or often referred as a TV cable, goes into the transmission. The transmission was fully rebuilt by a buddy of mine. I think it was just an oversight, honestly. It looks good, but I'm just going to buy a new one. Hopefully that has a little bit more of a compression in the rubber still to seal that up. Now the third thing is my seat. Two things. One, if you look at my line of sight, it's right about here, and my head's sticking right above the windshield. I'm thinking I can actually get my seat about 2 inches lower, which will not only improve my line of sight, not loosen my moose as much.
Don't even think about taking the convertible. It might loosen your moose.
But I do plan on buying a top for this thing, which should give me a little bit more clearance on top of my head to be able to drive a little bit more comfortably. Now, I'm not exactly sure how long this video is going to be, but if it gets too long, we'll save the seat for another video. For now, I'm going to move Selena's 32 Ford build over a little bit, kind of get my car ready to tear down those valve covers. All right, so first order of business is removing the valve covers. Bam. Now for the other side. Ta-da. So like I mentioned, between the adapter and the head, I think there should be a sleeve in there to allow this to fully tighten. I'm loosening these and I can actually see the aluminum adapter kind of lift. I feel like what's slowly happening with vibration, it's losing tension and causing it to leak on the bottom seal. All those bolts are now loose. Let's see if we can just pick this up. A little bit warm from the startup, but still manageable. All right, so now I need a length for those spacers. So I'm going to lay this pretty flat ruler that I got across the mounting surface or the sealing surface of the head. And then I'll just grab my cheap little calipers, nothing fancy, and drop this down in there. Lower this down till it hits that ruler. Right about there. Let's see what we got here. We got just over 3/4 of an inch. Ta-da. All right, so last night I spent an hour, maybe even 2, looking for this aluminum kind of through dowel rod that I thought I had, but I'm actually not a hoarder like most of you. It's got potential.
Don't be a hoarder. Don't be. It has potential. It has potential. It has potential. I'll use it.
So, yeah, I was kind of SOL last night. Plus, it was too late to start grinding and cutting last night, anyhow. But that's okay. I found these. And by find, I mean I bought. As you can tell, these should work perfectly. Now, my plan of attack here is taking some racing assembly grease used on lots of applications, but especially in building motors, because it dissolves completely in oil. So what I'm thinking about doing is grabbing a nice healthy scoop, throwing it in like so, and that should keep those from sliding out and having to wrestle while I'm trying to assemble this adapter back in. Just, the more you know. All right, now that all those are in, I will give it a little bit of a cleaning. T-shirts are an awesome, awesome grease and oil rag, because then you just throw them away instead of washing them and having your significant other get upset. Another tip for you. Like a charm. And now, since they actually have something to tighten up against, they shouldn't loosen up. Yeah, now I can give it a proper snug. Nice. All right, so we'll go ahead and prep the next one. Not enough there. And bam. All right, clean off the excess. And you guys know the rule. You got to say that's not going anywhere in order to fully secure your bolts. Those are actually on there so nice and snug, it actually squirted some oil out of that O-ring. Good sign. Now the valve cover is the same. Plan of attack. Clean it off real good. Then, same concept. Take some grease. Grab my bolts, feed them through, and all right, make sure the bottom one's lined up as well. Let's put it there. Missing one bolt. Be right back. Looks like it's lining up just fine. All right. Now for all my future hot rodders, you never want to fully tighten one thing down in an assembly. You want to use a cross pattern if you can, a Z pattern, X pattern, whatever you want to call it. Take your time and slowly start tightening everything. Valve covers will warp, might be a little drastic, but they will flex. So you're going to want to slowly get them tightened up. All right, so it's a pain in the butt to get proper video of me removing the TV cable and the detent cable, but my assumption was correct. Busted, thankfully. I went down to a transmission shop and he said, hey, I have one of those. Gave it to me for free. Great. All right, so just got back from a little cruise and no smoke, no leaks. Usually, like I mentioned, back here in the corner is the first spot. Looks like we're all good. Actually, a little bit of smoke happening. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's there. It is over so slightly. Nothing seems to be touching. I did kind of soak this whole area in simple green, so it could just be some of that, but I'll keep an eye on that. But well, I think this thing might be ready for a cruise tonight. If you guys haven't seen it already, we got this 32 Ford build going on. So don't forget to subscribe. This way you get notifications when I post new videos. Check us out on social media at CaliRod_Brian.com. And if you're building a hot rod yourself, check out CaliRod.com. Let me know if you're in need of any parts. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.